Collective purpose, everybody.
Yeah.
You can listen to these lyrics, but you have to listen with your spirit. This blues felt movement is more than translucent. It moves like music, melodically, methodically. How odd it'd be if you didn't listen to this blues, this funk, this gospel, this jazz. Resonates in our hearts, spreads love to our mothers, resurrects our fathers, and inspired the youth to use this music because this music is comprised of our prayers. But they took prayer out of school because they saw that we used it to get closer to our roots. So periodically we get down on our knees to come up with solutions to straighten up these screwed up views. But we must do more than sit and pray to pews. We must supplement this with action. Eradicate the politicians' lawless jaw-jacking, because the only time they come to our section of the city is when they seeking affection, because they back up for re-election. So we gonna move through the city like the beat through these lyrics, because that's when we can move. And our movements can move the earth. As the hearse dries off with our seeds of complacency, the basic needs of transformation are made shift from an underground solution to a fist-clenched revolution. And I'm talking to you if you're ready for an actual change, but not the kind of change that comes from breaking down dollars into four quarters, but breaking down border-built walls that separate reality from humanity. I stand to speak truth. Our condition is my proof. Culturally kidnapped as a youth, I'm actually a reflection of you. And there's a blues felt motion that's fueling your emotions, mood, and it's the spirit of our ancestors begging you to move. And we can try to move all we want to, but honestly our wheels won't turn until we turn toward education. The emancipation of our minds leads to the freedom of our feet. And they've stabbed our thoughts and made our mouths scared to speak, and my legs get weak from carrying the weight of my thoughts every week, and I'm tired. I'm so tired of having to sneak knowledge behind the backs of the people who are supposed to teach us. And it felt like a lot of these people couldn't even reach us because they closed their hands too often, and it seemed like some just wanted to choke us until we stopped coughing, or convince us to carry coffins until the day that we're ready to rest in them. They didn't want to invest in them. They didn't want to see the best in them. Hell, his potential scares them to death. So you know what they'll do?
What?
They'll convince the media to tell them how to think, how to feel, and how to dress. Then they'll rewrite all the books and make his culture a short breath in the respiratory system of history, making his greatness a mystery, because all he'll know is the misery described on the 50th page. It reads, Malcolm, Martin, oh yeah, and black people used to be slaves, but they won't talk about sweltering hot days and how picking cotton makes your fingers feel. They won't talk about women that traded their virtue for their family meals, and I bet you they'll forget to mention that they murdered Emmett Till and that public lynchings used to have mass appeal like reality TV. They won't talk about a woman named Isabella. Left the house.
Left home.
1843. 25 cents in a hand and no degree. And later on became soldier of truth. It hurts to know that these kids might never know the truth about James Byrd and Black Wall Street. Because on all streets, all I see are empty vessels being auctioned off to the highest bidder.
But why are you so bitter?
I'm bitter because we got more stores that sell liquor than we do educational institutions. And while confusion runs rampant through the minds of my peers, they sit back and they watch us kill each other in the streets and they shed no tears.
But why are you so bitter?
Take a look at our situation. We got outdated facilities. We got outdated resources. We got outdated education because they know. They know in their hearts that once we are educated, that's when we can move. And our movements can move the earth. And as the hearse drives off with our seeds of complacency, the basic needs of transformation are made shift from an underground solution to a fist-clenched revolution. And I'm talking to you if you're ready for an actual change, but not the kind of change that comes from breaking down dollars into four quarters, but breaking down border-built walls that separate reality from humanity. I stand to speak truth. Our condition is my proof. Culturally kidnapped as a youth, I'm actually a reflection of you. And there's a blues felt motion that's fueling your emotions, mood, and it's the spirit of our ancestors begging you to move. Would you stand there? Pledge allegiance to redneck stripes and white stars. Pledge allegiance to a government that spends our hard-earned labor flying to white stars. Change the structure of our body to be like these white stars. No wonder you got white scars that penetrate your skin so deep it's making your heart scarred. Bruising has made your heart hard. So far away from the African proverb of it takes a village with directly correlated with children's adult sentences in prisons. It's printed in fingerprint penmanship. The rising membership of the country club is the declining mentorship of the boys and girls club. So these girls club like cavemen hunting animals. But the dudes don't see young ladies, they just see mammals and they just want to do what they be doing under the Discovery Channel.
And maybe we paid less attention to these channels and more attention to the dismantling of our libraries, our parks, our recreational facilities, the services serving the community, can't foster the unity.
And honestly, you should be expecting the government not to care for our youth.
We volunteer for Uncle Sam, but ignore nephew Malik when he says, I want you. And I'm not that Marvin Gaye song, but school him, Kendrick.
I just want you to want him too.
Because we see young black children and Latino children as pickaninnies by the time they reach the age of 2. Encourage them to shake their butt like Sierra. Keep a football in your hand like Michael Vick. But we're too lazy to pay attention to their nutrition. There's a difference between obesity
and just being thick. Just sit.
Talk to these kids for more than 2 minutes. In less than 1 minute, you'll spend every minute of your life changing it so they can fit in it. Infinite dedication is what it takes, and out of all the pits, I only need 2.
And I'm not the Marine Corps, but honestly, I just need the proud and the few.
Let's build up our youth like North Korea's building up nukes.
Let's build up our youth like artificial ingredients build up our food.
Let's build up our youth like these steroids build up our fruit.
Let's build up our children. Let's build up our communities. Let's build up the universities, and the movement can move soon because that's when we can move.